Tokyo News Service Company Limited, which publishes magazines such as TV Guide, released Kiss Cry Special Edition Yuzuru Hanyu The Stage 2 today, June 29, Thursday. Available at bookstores and online bookstores nationwide. A report on the Splendid Ice show, focusing on the performance photos of Yuzuru Hanyu in Fantasy on Ice 2023 and Stars on Ice 2023. In addition, exclusive interviews with people related to Hanyu, such as Brian Orser and Charlene von Turok. It will be delivered in the same B4 size as the popular Kiss Cry Special Edition Hanyu Yuzuru The Stage. Hanyu Yuzuru oversized pinup included. 6 months to keep running after turning pro. Fantasy on Ice 2023. The Ice show was held at 4 venues until June 25, the last day of the performance in Kobe. Yuzuru Hanyu is the real Fantasy on Ice 2023. On the first day of Makihari's performance on May 26, Yuzuru Hanyu, who jumped a quadruple toe loop, slightly disturbing the icing at the opening, acted as the show's big finale. Collaboration with Issa, leader of the dance vocal group Da Pump, and Kimi, in charge of rap and MC. It was the song If, a hit representing the group. After the first Fantasy on Ice tournament in 2010, Hanyu continued to compete as a main skater, with the exception of 2016, when he devoted himself to treating his injury. For Hanyu, this is an ice show that can be called his home. Last July, he announced that he would put an end to his competitive life and continue to work as a professional athlete. Since then, he has successfully held an unprecedented solo ice show with Prologue from November to December last year, and Gift at the Tokyo Dome on February 26 this year. 6 months have passed since the opening of Yuzuru Hanyu. Not Sulata and Miyagi. He then performed non-stop as Stars on Ice 2023, which consisted of 10 performances over 11 days from March 30th. At that time, Hanyu said, "To be honest, I'm tired." The venue was buzzing with a terrible performance. When he broke the landing of the quad toe loop, he looked a little upset, but his body seemed to be in good shape, and he skated hard. But a month and a half after that, Yuzuru gave his all, completing the left tour with brilliance and on a high note. On the first day of the show, Hanyu appeared at the skating rink with dimmed lights, and easily jumped through the triple loop, and in the darkness before the start of the song, he suddenly did a camel spin and began his performance. Then, as the song begins and the lights come on, they stun the audience with their edgy dance moves. From a stationary state, they dance furiously with their limbs, pairing perfectly not only with Issa's singing voice, but also with the harsh sounds of percussion, and even with the sounds of rap. After a quick turn, we insert a loop of 3 turns into it, which pops up and melts in the stream. In addition, in the second half, he jumped a triple loop, and showed a number that made up one program with all movements along with rotation. At the end, in the midst of a fiercely tense performance, he spread his legs forward and backward 180 degrees in a motion that caused his body to drop, and then suddenly stop. The audience, struck by the power and unexpected development of the performance, fell silent for a moment, and quietly cried out with joy at the realistic performance. The performance of 3 minutes 38 seconds plus was enough to convince and satisfy the audience who came to the Fantasy. Amazing and talented skater.